And what's going on, guys? We're back. Episode 2. This is long been awaited. We've been away a little bit. Ben, welcome back. This is Ben. Where have you been?
I've been out and about.
Yeah?
I've been doing my thing. Living my life. Chasing my dreams.
Sure.
But feeling like I'm in a good spot now.
Sure.
Yesterday I was at paintball.
Wow.
That was cool. We're also coming at you from a new location.
Yeah,
This is the studio.
This is a studio that's going to be possibly known as The Stew.
The Stew. S-T-E-W.
Yeah.
Stew. For stirring the pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here. Tomas is with me. Breaking news this afternoon.
Yeah, not too long ago, we just saw that President Joseph R. Biden.
Joseph Robinette Biden III.
Yes. He has just dropped out of the race. What are your thoughts on this?
I think it's long overdue, to be honest. I don't think he ever should have tried to run again.
Yeah, 81 years old. What do you think about that?
That's an old guy. That's an old guy who won't see the effects of many of his policies or policies of people he works with. He won't live to see their effects downstream. And so I think in that way he's not as in tune with maybe what I would think as a young person what needs to be done.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. I mean, just think to yourself, Grandpappy and Grammys, imagine if they were president. My Grandpappy, rest his soul, would be about the same age as Biden. He'd be about 83 and Biden's 81. I'm going to be honest, though. All he would do is smoke some Reds.
Yeah. And
drink 40s. And you know what? His policy was not good at all. He was still on that 70s brain,
Well, so was Biden.
Exactly.
And let's be honest, guys. He was not on the right side of these issues, even at the time.
I agree.
Like, he was pro-segregation, and the Democrats are like, this is our guy. This is the guy who's going to beat Trump. Another update since we last spoke. Trump almost died, bro. He almost got.
We're not laughing. We're just...
I'm laughing.
Oh, you are laughing.
Yeah.
Better yet, we have Kamala Harris at 59 years old.
Yeah.
I think that's a proper age.
Sure.
She has tons of experience.
Yeah. Experience locking up people for marijuana possession.
You know what? I don't agree with all of her policy. You know what? But this country could be headed in a better direction with her in it.
Maybe.
No matter what, I think she just would be.
I think she has a good chance to actually contest the election against Donald Trump, so I think that's a positive. But
yeah, plus we're saying women in power,
Yeah.
It's 2024, guys. Like, if Mexico can do it, like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, Mexico did it. Like, come on, it's our turn.
Yeah.
Perhaps. And especially like a woman of color.
That
is absolutely impressive.
That would be, I think, a good milestone.
What is there to look forward to in these next coming years?
We got the Olympics starting in a few days.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
I mean, good segue. The Olympics are coming up. They've also had their own issues here and there.
With, like, the river, you mean? Or Paris is trying to make all the swimming events happen in the Seine? Yeah,
and apparently... There was, I don't know if it actually happened, but I heard that there was this group of people that were all trying to go poop in the river.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little about that? I didn't hear, I don't know much about that.
I don't know much about it either. I just know that people were like, this is a stupid waste of resources trying to, like, block off this river just for the flex at the Olympic Games.
Sure.
So they're like, we're going to shit in the river at the same time so that when they have to do, like, the check to make sure that it's ready to go, that there's poop everywhere.
And I also know that, like, the president and, like, a top secretary or something were supposed to go visit and swim in it to show that it was safe.
Yeah, Macron.
Yeah, so they were all going to try and plan it out to be at the same time, and the poop would, like, have to flow down there.
Yeah.
Some really good, actually, like, physics of, like, where to poop and, like, the time and, like, you know what? Bring it back to your like, freshman year physics courses. X equals V naught plus AT or something, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's like, we know what's the velocity the water's going in, and no, it's X equals X naught plus V naught T plus 1/2 AT squared.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm a astrophysics major guy myself.
Yeah, an
you know what I'm saying?
astrophysics major who just tried to tell me 20 minutes ago that squares aren't rectangles.
I 100% will tell you that squares, you know, in full form can live inside a rectangle.
But that has living in. Stop it with this shit of putting squares in rectangles. The definition of a rectangle includes the square. The square is a rectangle. End of story.
But the rectangle is not a square, though.
That's correct. That's correct. The rectangle is a larger category, and a subcategory of rectangles is squares. A subset.
Because my belief was that a rectangle has to be, like we said, two sets of parallel sides
That make right angles.
and those sides are of equal length but different from each pair.
No.
So one pair
That's
of them
not-
is a
that
long
last
one,
bit- that last
one
bit doesn't
pair is
matter.
a short one.
That last bit is not part of the definition of a rectangle.
Are you sure?
I am certain.
I'm not sure about this American education system. You know, I think Kamala needs to address this right now.
Yeah.
I think that politics is also important. You know, you live in a world, you should participate in community.
Yeah,
The
agreed.
significance of, like, community work, I think that everybody should be doing some form of community work. Are you, like...
You are the community.
Yeah. Are you involved?
The community.
Doesn't mean you have to go volunteer somewhere, but, like, you know, if you pick up trash outside, pick up the trash, you know?
Yeah.
Talk to your neighbors, you know?
Get to know them. Have them over.
Yeah, have them over.
Make some jambalaya for them.
Make some jam. Just don't make none of that nasty casserole that the Americans have. What is
You don't fuck with
cream of
casserole?
mushrooms? No. That is nasty.
Bro, I come from casserole country. I come from casserole country.
I
This
mean,
is my
I
heritage.
come from casserole country as well.
Mm-hmm.
But food that is white is just not it. You know, and respectfully, you know, I had an opportunity the other day to go to a dinner party. And casseroles just happened to be the theme. And I never grew up eating casseroles.
The casserole themed dinner party.
Well, I don't think it was on purpose, but like just a lot of people happen to bring casseroles.
Mm-hmm.
And living in a Mexican household, like we never had casseroles. I never knew what that was.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I got to university that I learned even what like chicken salad was.
Yeah.
You know, or even green bean casserole.
Bro. Green bean casserole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the tater tots casseroles or whatever.
Tater tot hot dish. That's a Minnesota thing.
Whoa.
It's called hot dish.
Hot dish. Sorry.
No, it's a casserole. It's just called hot dish.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Same thing as like a rectangle square kind of thing.
No.
Actually.
No. I don't think so.
It's like the pickle gherkin kind of dynamic.
See, this is a dynamic that was just invented all of 20 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
In the future episode, the pickle apparently is anything that is pickled.
Yeah.
And the gherkin is specifically the cucumber that becomes pickled.
Yeah. Same thing as rectangle square.
No, just call a pickle a pickle. This is 2024.
I'm just saying, there's some people in the world where you ask them, like, what's your favorite pickle? And they'll be like, oh, daikon. Or they'll just be like, oh, I love pickled beets.
And then you
And you're expecting them to be like, oh, dill, sweet and sour, fucking bread and butter, whatever. Like, no, there's such a vast world of pickles out there. And you're selling yourself short by just imagining cucumbers as the only...
And when you just say, I love pickled daikon. I loved pickled onion.
Sure.
Pickled radishes even. You know, go crazy.
Yeah.
Pickled carrots.
But they all count as pickles. That's my point.
No, they're pickled.
They're all pickles.
But in modern colloquial, you know, language, the pickle is the pickled cucumber.
You are restricting yourself to American English.
And where might we live?
We do, in fact, live in the United States of America.
Not only that, where specifically are we right now?
We're in the stew.
And the stew lives in one of the most central locations of this country.
Mm-hmm.
The gateway to the West.
The gateway to the West.
You know, and we're not looking at, unfortunately, you know, at 2024, it's not as diverse. So this is a proper American city.
I feel that St. Louis is pretty diverse.
Sure, you can have your own opinions about this triangle square and and the diversity, but this is
don't bring
not
triangles into this, bro.
And it's okay to be isosceles, but, you know...
But none of that scalene shit.
Yeah.
None of that scalene shit, bro.
This is honestly a closer to homogenous little city. You have, look at the statistics.
Conform. Yeah. Do you hear that? The message of today is conform.
Conform to societal standards.
Yeah. Be normal.
Let's become a normal society. Stop with this diversity bullshit.
Whoa.
Stop thinking for yourself and vote for J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this.
That guy's spooky, bro.
At 39 years old.
He's like fully evil.
No, yeah.
Like he's like fully like evil.
You think he kisses his kids on the mouth?
I don't know.
Probably.
Does he have kids?
I don't know.
If he does, he probably does kiss them on the mouth with tongue.
Him and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Maybe they have like a secret society that rules the world.
Boy kissers.
Dad kissers. Speaking of movies, have you seen Twister?
The first one? Yeah.
Yeah, the one that just came out.
Twisters?
Yeah, Twisters. Sorry.
Did not see that one.
But you know what you did see?
I saw Inside Out 2.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second now.
More like mid-side out. 3 out of 5. That's what it's called.
Sure. Elaborate a little bit on that.
It's just, it doesn't hit like the first one did. Sure. Not even to say the first one hit that hard, but...
Do you feel more emotionally aware?
Like now?
Yeah, after seeing it. Do you think
after seeing it?
Yeah.
I guess it reminded me of some things that I've learned in my life, but it didn't feel like it was a revelation.
No, there was no, like...
It didn't really pull on my heartstrings.
Sure.
Which is, like, I feel like the hallmark of a great Pixar film.
Sure.
Is that they're able to take this, like, whimsical premise and still spin it into a heartwarming, touching story.
Sure.
And that was missing from Inside Out 2 for me.
Well, I think that's not even just Inside Out 2. I think that's a lot of the current media. You know, and people just don't take the same amount of time that they do with their work, and it shows. Anything from music to movies. I mean, look at some of the classic Pixar movies.
They went on a crazy run. From like 03 to 2010.
Yeah.
They were going crazy then.
The Toy Stories were coming out.
Finding Nemo.
Oh my god,
The Incredibles.
Wow.
Ratatouille.
Whoa.
WALL-E.
WALL-E gets me every time.
Monsters, Inc.
Oh, Sully, yeah.
These are all from that era. Toy Story 3.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. You know, and
they were on fire.
And
then what, Brave? Fucking Brave, the Good Dinosaur? Coco did slap, I'll give them that.
Coco made me cry.
Coco was crazy. That's actually a banger. Coco is insane.
And you know what, though? They were culturally accurate in that film, which I really loved.
Yeah.
You know, and whenever people were like, hey, Tomas, I know quite a bit about you. And I'm like, have you seen Coco? You know, I'm like, that's literally my people.
Mm.
You know, my little abuelita, she looks just like that.
Did you live in a family where they didn't allow music? No singing.
Well, it was more that the only music that could be played was the adults' music.
Okay, sure.
You know, only time we could listen to Riri, you know, that's not is that no, that's Umbrella. Chandelier is Sia.
Yeah, Chandelier is
Sia.
Yeah, that one.
Sia, yeah. That was only allowed like when you went with your friends to like their house and their parents would allow the radio in the car.
Yeah.
When they were taking you to practice or something, picking you up. You know, that's when that was allowed, or you were at school and you got in the computer lab.
What did the adults in your family listen to?
Straight Mexican music, all day.
Such as?
You know, Marco Antonio Solis.
Mm.
You know, I'm not going to put on the accent just because, you know, my listeners out here might not understand what we're saying, so I'll use the Americanized accent. Los Bukis was another one.
Sure.
You know, Juanes.
I do know Juanes.
Shakira.
They're Colombian.
That's Latino.
Yeah.
And there was also, of course, like the actual Mexican, like, my dad was more into that, actually, and so it was, like, Grandpappy was as well. You know, Chente, if, like, my people out there are Mexican, they know who that is. If you're not, you can look that up. That's, like, something you have to know. You know what I'm saying? You legit cannot look that up. Like, if you know what Chente is... Well, it's because he has a different name, is what it is. Pepe as well. Sounds like I'm naming Mexican names. You know, but then you know what? I got introduced to American music, ZZ Top.
Yeah.
And I started like growing my, you know, I had that edgy like teen angst stage when I was like the Beatles.
Yeah.
You know, and I got into the Clash.
And then Avicii stumbled into your life.
It was Blink 182,
Yo,
Linkin Park, and
Yeah.
then Avicii, and
Yeah.
Coldplay
Yeah.
was something my older brother listened to, and I like they've really turned into one of my favorite bands of all time. I mean, I have deep love for them, you know, and even now, like the Avicii, of course, was my first artist love, and like I really don't put a lot of time into that even. But nowadays, you know, it's been a bit different. You know, I've been doing a lot of Sade.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like she's coming back. There's
You
like a
think so?
revival.
Whoa!
People are talking about Sade again. Because she
yeah.
was active like decades ago.
Yeah, I love that smooth operator.
Yes. No, it's for real. It's for real.
You know, little Michael McDonald, shout out St. Louis.
Okay.
Michael is one that does "Ain't No Mountain High Enough."
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he did a version of it that actually was more
like a
popular.
cover.
Yeah, but there's another person from that time. Tina Turner.
Yep. St. Louis legend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, and speaking of, you know, unfortunately though, I'm not really into the modern, you know, Sexy Red.
I honestly didn't know who Sexy Red was.
Yeah.
Let alone the fact that she's from St. Louis. Like, I had not heard of her. But people were like, what? Sexy Red's all over. I was like, I don't know who that is. Do you know a St. Louis artist I do know and who I fuck with? Shmino.
Shmino, I was listening to LMF on my way here today.
Yeah.
What an amazing, you know, just artist. You know, even that, you have Metro Boomin.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got SZA.
Mm.
You've also got, you know, a lot of really good artists. And it's really cool to see that, a lot of diverse artists, you know.
Sure.
Different music genres.
I'm trying to be a wine mom. Yeah.
With your Stanley Cup in action?
Dude. The only Stanley Cup I respect is that hockey trophy. And I don't even fuck with hockey.
You don't like the Stanley Cups? You think it was just a silly phrase?
I think it's a little goofy. You know why it's goofy? You know how I know it's goofy?
Mm.
Because people are like, oh yeah, let me go get my Stanley. They don't say, let me go get my cup. They don't say, let me go get my water. They say, let me get my Stanley. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's the same shit as like, oh, I'll grab my MacBook and then I'll come help you. It's like, that is a laptop. We can use words like that. We can say laptop.
Sure.
But that's also Apple's whole thing, is they make you say something that isn't the word, so that you're always saying it. This isn't my smartwatch, it's my Apple Watch. You know what I mean?
Sure.
These aren't my headphones. These are my AirPods.
Yeah, I see. I think the secret to that is to use the more general term. Here's my machine. Let me go see my machine.
Yes, my contraption.
You know?
I'm just sending some emails on my device.
My automated system.
Yeah.
You know?
Some people will be like, oh, my Nalgene.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
not really.
Jeep. That's another one. People aren't like, my car. They're like, that's my fucking Jeep, bro. I'm gonna blow up your car. Stop saying that. You know those ducks that people... I'm gonna put a C4 in here. Satire, parody, not actionable. Just a joke.
I mean, all references made in this are for comedic purposes only.
Yeah.
Blow up your Jeep. The Jeep is just an industry plant.
Yeah. People buy them being like, oh yeah, I off-road every fucking... No, you don't.
You just drive
You drive
to
on
work.
the well-maintained... You drive on the well-maintained
Whoa.
roads
What
of
about
San Bernardino.
What about St. Louis? St. Louis, you might need the Jeep.
Okay, fine. But like, people are like, oh yeah, I live in fucking Tucson, and...
San Bernardino was a crazy drop.
I go to my... You know, these roads like they haven't needed repairs in 35 years. The city is a perfect rectangle.
Not 2 squares.
Yeah.
You know what though? Shout out Arthur Holly Compton from Washington University in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Was good friends with
My alma mater.
Yeah, your alma mater?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too.
No, you're still there.
Oh shit.
You're not done yet.
Almost. My almost. You know,
You're almost mater.
I do step on the seal every time I run through there.
Yeah.
So it could be 5 years. Actually, by now it's like 60 years.
Yeah.
But Arthur Holly Compton from physics was actually friends with Oppie himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is known that Oppie came down to Wash U to do some work, and then they would go to Chicago together, and they would, you know,
Yeah.
meet up with with Tom Brady and J.D. Vance, and they talk about kissing their kids on the mouth.
That they did. That was the deleted scenes of Oppenheimer include those.
Cillian Murphy.
Tom Brady, J.D. Vance.
And what's the other guy what's a weirdo? The one that dates the little kids? The guy from Inception, what's his name?
The actor?
Yeah.
Who dates little kids.
Yeah,
from Inception.
Yeah, what's his name? Is he in Inception?
What's he look like?
The really good looking guy.
Who dates kids.
Not Brad Pitt, either one. He was like a child actor in Griffith.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
No, keep on going. He's really famous. He's famous.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt was a child actor.
Okay, keep on going though. He's very famous.
Inception.
Was it
dating
Inception?
kids?
Was it Inception?
Oh, Leo.
Leo DiCaprio.
Of course. Leo, yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yes.
There's that like graphic where like he has never dated a girl above the age of 25 ever. Like every time his girlfriend gets to 25, he cuts them off. Gets a new one.
Gets a new one was crazy.
I mean, it's his pattern of behavior. I feel like it's kind of how he sees it.
Gets a new one.
I don't want to play with you anymore type shit.
Giving me Sid from Toy Story.
Andy said that, but yeah.
Oh yeah, Sid just blew them up.
Sid was honestly a creative kid.
There's a lot of engineering going on into that.
Sid was obviously from a troubled home.
Sure.
They didn't show it, but like his dad was alcoholic. They showed him his dad with like soda cans everywhere, but like, come on, we know.
Yeah.
He was from a troubled home. He had an outlet, a creative outlet. He made brand new toys, and he played with them. He expressed himself.
Yeah.
And the toys just took that out on him. We were supposed to hate him. We were supposed to hate Sid.
Yeah.
But I see a kid of his circumstance. You know what I mean?
He was making an invention,
mm-hmm.
and then terrorizing it. But you know what? He was still doing engineering. You know what he'd be really good at? Bowing.
Yeah.
You know, blowing.
Blowing.
He's a big blower.
Yeah.
Only blowers at Boeing.